Mountaineering in Nepal. Nepal is a landlocked country in South Asia, and 8 of the world's 10 tallest mountains, including Mount Everest, the highest point on Earth. Kathmandu is the nation's capital and the largest city. Mount Everest, the highest mountain peak in the world, 8,848 meters above the sea level. Lumbini, birthplace of Buddha, is located in the south of the west region of Nepal. 326 climbing peaks that are waiting for you. Everest was first summited by Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay in 1953. Possessing 8 of the 10 highest mountains in the world, Nepal is a hotspot destination for mountaineers, rock climbers, and people seeking adventure. Hindu and Buddhist heritage of Nepal and its cool weather are also strong attractions. Mount Everest, the highest mountain peak in the world, 8,848 meters above the sea level, is located in Nepal. Mountaineering and other types of adventure tourism and ecotourism are important attractions for visitors. The World Heritage Site, Lumbini, birthplace of Buddha, is located in the south of the west region of Nepal, which despite the name is located in the center of the country. And there are other important religious pilgrimage sites throughout the country. The tourist industry is seen as a way to alleviate poverty and achieve greater social equity in the country. Nepal contains most of the Himalayas, the highest mountain range in the world. 8 of the 14 8,000ers are located in the country, either in whole or shared across a border with China or India. Nepal has the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest, as well as 1,310 peaks over 6,000 meter height. With 8 of the world's highest mountains in the country, Nepal is a mountaineer's paradise. The ultimate glory of mountaineering is reaching the summit of Mount Everest, but there are other technical challenges like Lhotse beside it, or you can take on any of the other 326 climbing peaks that are waiting for you. The Nepal Himalaya is the most formidable mountain range in the world, with nearly a third of the country lying above the elevation of 3,500 meters. 8 of the world's highest peaks lie within Nepal's territory: Everest, Kanchenjunga, Lhotse, Makalu, Cho-Oyu, Dhaulagiri, Manaslu, and Annapurna, which are all over 8,000 meters above sea level. First to be climbed among them was Annapurna in 1950 by a French expedition with Maurice Herzog as leader, while Everest was first summited by Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay in 1953 with a British expedition led by John Hunt. Besides these 8 giant peaks, there are 326 other mountains within Nepal which are open for mountaineering expeditions, and out of them, 103 have never been climbed before. Nepal offers mountaineers more opportunities than any other country in the world and throws endless challenges at them, including the less glorified trekking peaks which still require climbing gear and climbing skills if you want to climb them. Nepal's climbing history goes back a long way, starting with the early explorers from British India who were lured by lofty peaks and the challenges of climbing virgin peaks where no human had set foot before. By the 1960s, Nepal's trekking and mountaineering industry was well established, with private companies providing all logistics, including porters and guides, for a full expedition that will spend months in the mountains. Today, there are many companies that will take care of every aspect of mountain climbing, and all the mountaineer has to do is arrive in good shape physically and mentally, prepared to take on the challenge and not worry about equipment and supplies. Most of the Everest expeditions are handled by well-known and trusted private companies. The reputation of the Sherpas is built on mountaineering, with many of these mountain people achieving glorified status with their multiple climbs of Everest and other 8,000-meter peaks. Most expeditions wouldn't go up without the loyal, hardy, and extremely reliable Sherpas. They risk their lives for their clients and are often called upon to rescue a climber in trouble. Although today there are many other ethnic groups involved in the service, they are generally referred to as Sherpas. Despite all the attention being grabbed by mountains like Everest and Annapurna, the latter more for trekking than climbing, there are other peaks being climbed on a regular basis but don't make headline news. Lhotse, Amadablam, and Manaslu are also climbed often, besides trekking peaks like Mera Island and Yala peaks, which are quite popular. There are also climbers looking to climb virgin peaks, as Nepal from time to time opens up new, unheard of peaks for climbing, and who wouldn't want to be the first to climb? Nepal has designated the Annapurna, Manaslu, and Kanchenjunga regions as conservation areas, while Sagarmatha, Everest, Langtang, and Shefoksundo, Dolpo are national parks, while other mountain areas might not fall into these categories but are designated as restricted areas as they are close to Nepal's northern border. While the infrastructure of and accessibility to Sagarmatha, Annapurna, Manaslu, and Langtang are well developed and easily accessible, enabling mountaineers and expeditions to make quick progress to their base camp. The remaining areas, including the restricted areas, are still very remote, where rescue or help from external sources will be difficult or unlikely, and access to these areas is complex and at times difficult. Expedition into those areas require a completely different approach, level of commitment, and organizational ability to succeed on their chosen summit. The mountains of Nepal are grouped into different categories depending on their height and under whose authority they lie. The Ministry of Tourism is responsible for the expedition peaks above 6,500 meters, while the Nepal Mountaineering Association is responsible for mountains that are known as trekking peaks. These peaks range in altitude from 5,800 meters to 6,584 meters and call for climbing skills and climbing gear and should not be taken lightly despite the misleading title. Expedition to peaks below 5,800 meters do not require climbing permits, although they will require other forms of permits to enter specific regions. All expeditions are required to pay refundable garbage deposits, while expedition to peaks above 6,500 meters will also be required to employ a liaison officer. The best time for mountaineering expedition is pre-monsoon when the weather is better, especially at altitude, although the visibility might be restricted with the pending monsoon conditions. Autumn is good for the slightly lower peaks, while winter is cold with short days, and early spring might be subjected to seasonal snowstorms. However, in these times of global warming and climate change, the seasons are no longer as predictable as they used to be. Today in Nepal, it is possible to book onto either a commercial expedition to attempt any of the larger mountains or to attempt a trekking peak with any of the many Nepali trekking agents. The top 10 highest mountains in Nepal are among the top 17 highest mountains in the world. The Himalaya is the youngest and highest mountain system in the world, extending 2,400 kilometers. 1. Everest. Elevation 8,848 meters or 29,029 feet. Region or range Mahalangur Himalaya. First ascent Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay Sherpa on 29 May 1953. World ranking number 1. 2. Kanchenjunga. Elevation 8,586 meters or 28,169 feet. Region or range Kanchenjunga Himalaya. First ascent Joe Brown and George Band on May 25, 1955. World ranking number 3. 3. Lhotse. Elevation 8,516 meters or 27,940 feet. Region or range Mahalangur Himalaya. First ascent May 18, 1956. World ranking number 4. 4. Makalu. Elevation 8,463 meters or 27,766 feet. Region or range Mahalangur Himalaya. First ascent May 15, 1955. World ranking number 5. 5. Cho-Oyu. Elevation 8,201 meter or 26,906 feet. Region or range Mahalangur Himalaya. First ascent October 19, 1954. World ranking number 6. 6. Dhaulagiri. Elevation 8,167 meter or 26,795 feet. Region or range Dhaulagiri Himalaya. First ascent Kurt Diemberger, Peter Diener, Nawang Dorji, Nima Dorji, Ernst Forer and Albin Skelbert on May 19, 1960. World ranking number 7. 7. Manaslu. Elevation 8,156 meter or 26,759 feet. Region or range Manaslu Himalaya. First ascent Toshio Imanishi and Gyaltsen Norbu on May 9, 1956. World ranking number 8. 8. Annapurna. Elevation 8,091 meter or 26,545 feet. Region or range Annapurna Himalaya. First ascent Maurice Herzog and Louis Lachenal on June 3, 1950. World ranking number 10. 9. Gyachung Khang. Elevation 7,952 meter or 26,089 feet. Region or range Mahalangur Himalaya. First ascent Y. Kato, K. Sakaizawa and Pasang Futar on April 10, 1964. World ranking number 15. 10. Annapurna 2. Elevation 7,937 meter or 26,040 feet. Region or range Annapurna Himalaya. First ascent J.O.M. Roberts, Richard Grant, Chris Bonington and Sherpa Ang Nima on 1960. World ranking number 17.